The man is taken for a full body scan to find out if he's smuggling drugs inside his body.
100%, 100%.
He's stuffed with packages of drugs. Vigilant UK border agency officers, with the aid of highly trained sniffer dogs, are always on the lookout for drug smugglers from the Caribbean. And one passenger has triggered great interest. The man's nervous behaviour has led to him being targeted. As he passes through the customs channels, Officer Michelle has been observing his body language.
Thank you.
She decides to intercept the passenger to ask him a few questions.
Hello, sir. You've got your passport on you, please? How long are you here in England for?
No, today I'm going to Holland.
Right, so you've been to Porta Plata, come here, and from here you're going back to Holland, are you? No cigarettes at all, nothing like that? Okay, you also know it's illegal to bring any controlled drugs, weapons, explosives, etc. into the country, yeah?
The man's travel plans just don't seem right, and Michelle is becoming increasingly suspicious.
Sometimes we have a problem with people bringing drugs through on their bodies, okay? So therefore we just want to give you a rub down of your body, okay? But we won't do it here, we'll do it out the back, okay?
As the man's led away, there's a feeling his story just doesn't add up.
He only works in a factory in Holland, so it's obviously not really well paid. He's picked to go to Porta Plata, which is an unusual place for someone to go. He's gone on his own, and he's booked it all last minute. He's got all the extras you can possibly have. So it makes his holiday very expensive just for 7 nights and to go on his own. It's just bizarre, that's all. You just get feelings with some things, and it's just doesn't seem right.
In a dramatic turn, the man is taken for a full body scan to find out if he's smuggling drugs inside his body.
The other way, sorry. Yeah, if you stand like this, that way. Yeah?
Yeah.
Go up onto the top, onto travelator. If you can breathe in as well, that will help us.
Ready, breathing. Try and hold.
As he holds his breath, the man's fate hangs in the balance. His day is about to get a lot worse.
100%, 100%.
He's stuffed with packages of drugs.
Okay, sir. From what we can see on the X-ray, looks like you have packages inside you. Time is 08:53 hours. I'm arresting you on suspicion of being involved in the importation of a controlled drug.
He needs to concentrate on getting those packages out because he doesn't realise, you know, if one of those burst or leaked, it could cost him his life.
Basically, when people have an internal concealment, to make sure we can see if they produce anything, we change them into what we call a white paper suit, and then we can see if there's anything happening. And underneath, they'll be completely naked.
The man indicates he needs to go to the toilet. But this is no ordinary toilet trip. And this is no ordinary loo.
So he's gone into the special toilet facility, just waiting for him to come out to see if he has actually produced any.
Yeah, put them on the tins. The gentleman said he needed the toilet, and while I haven't counted them at the moment, it looks like he's produced around 20 packages, and he's told the custody officer he's got 60-something. So obviously, the quicker they're out of his system, the best chance he's got of survival, basically.
The process of washing the packages is a very dirty job, but someone's got to do it.
If one of the packages were to split, basically ends up with death within minutes, unfortunately. So that is why we try and get packages out of people as quickly as we possibly can, because the consequences of a burst package are pretty serious.
With the packages washed, Officer Paul must bag them up and weigh them to find out what quantity of drugs the man was carrying.
Definitely big packages. 344 grams of cocaine so far. If you take away a little bit for the packaging, etc., it's probably about 300 grams. 1 kilo nowadays is worth around £50,000. So he's probably carrying about £50,000 worth of drugs with him. These packages here, they're now seized from you, okay? And they're all yours, property and agreement.
The Dutchman pleaded guilty to smuggling cocaine and was sentenced to 5.5 years in prison. Further inquiries resulted in another arrest. Officers have been alerted by immigration to a man waiting at the luggage carousel. He collects the last of his cases and proceeds straight through the nothing to declare customs channel. Officer Paul stops the passenger to ask a few questions.
Hiya, can I quick word, please? Hi. Are you travelling on your own?
Yeah.
Do you have your passport with you, please? Yeah. It's just Dubai you've been to, is it?
Yeah, it's just Dubai.
What was the reason for your trip?
I was just going to travel.
To Dubai?
Yeah, it's like, it was a nice place.
What do you know about Dubai then? It's just hot. You haven't got a ticket?
No.
How much does the ticket cost you? Did you book your own ticket?
Yeah, I can't remember how much it was.
When did you book it?
Friday.
Right, how much did it cost you then?
Can't remember.
You didn't book it, did you?
No.
Right, who booked it?
I don't know.
Right, you travelling with somebody else?
No.
Where do you actually live?
Newcastle.
How are you getting back to Newcastle?
Coach.
Coach.
Having already exposed a lie, Paul is wary of anything the man says.
The Green Channel. Do you understand what the Green Channel means?
No.
Right, have you been abroad before?
Just to America.
To?
America.
Okay, when you go abroad, you're allowed to bring back certain goods.
Yeah.
200 cigarettes, for instance. One bottle of spirit.
I have a cards in the bag.
How many have you got?
I'm not sure. That's probably the next one.
And that one?
A little bit in the bottom.
How much do they cost you?
I don't know.
Tabs are slang for cigarettes, and the man's confession doesn't impress.
Have you ever dealings with customs before?
No, not really. Apart from the one bag.
What happened?
I got deported.
Why was that? Sorry?
I took some back across.
You took cat across?
Yeah.
Cat is an East African stimulant which is often chewed. Whilst legal in the UK, it's banned in America.
So how much money did you take out with you?
They had £100, £200.
Who paid for these then?
What?
Who paid for these?
No.
Who paid for them then?
Somalians.
Somalians again?
Paul becomes aware that the Somali who paid for the cigarettes is likely to be at the airport to pick them up.
What's the name of the chap that you have to speak to on the phone?
Well,
what was the last name?
Mohammed.
Mohammed.
Yeah.
He's Somalian. He's out there somewhere, and there's a fair chance there's another one with him because they never ever travel on their own, so he's going to be with. He might have suitcases already.
Cigarette smugglers often work in pairs, and officers realise there may be a chance of locating another smuggler as well as the recipient of the cigarettes.
How much did you get paid for doing this?
£200.
Is that all?
Yeah.
Mind you, get a holiday out of it.
What?
You get a holiday out of it.
I did nothing.
What do you do?
Nothing. I had a car crash a couple of months ago, and I need to like raise £3,000 excess reinsurance. So it's just basically make money to do it anyway.
There you go. So you want benefit?
Yeah.
Other officers attempt to track down the Somali recipient of the cigarettes, called Mohammed. They find another Geordie lad who also confesses to having smuggled cigarettes. He then tells the officers where they can find the elusive Mohammed.
We've come out looking for a Somalian, obviously, but my colleague stopped another lad who was a Geordie as well. In the end, he did cough to being met by Mohammed, who he said has just walked out to the car hole. So we've given chase and stopped the car here. It's got 3 cases full of cigarettes.
It's a job well done by the officers. But after seizing the illegal cigarettes, Mohammed, the ringleader of the operation, is free to go.
I got told, right, I'll give you £200 if you bring 2 suitcases of towels back through. And
Okay.
it's been scared to lose my job.
Yeah.
I thought, well, may as well.
Did you not think of the consequences?
Not really, because I'm on the bones of my gotten out.
Have you got wife and kids at home? How many kids have you got? 3? Okay.
The other man from Newcastle is led back inside the airport to be reunited with his friend.
In these circumstances, what we'd normally do is just seize the cigarettes and the suitcases from them, and it stays on file. So if they get stopped again, then they'll get arrested and prosecuted for this offence and the next one. So they're very lucky, because if they'd got caught a second time with this amount of cigarettes, you're looking at a jail sentence. So from their point of view, they're quite lucky. So were you getting the fight back, or was the other chap driving you back to Newcastle?
Well, we got paid when we got out. But
You haven't been paid yet?
No, but probably not now.
With no money from the job, the lads now have another problem.
I was relying on the money from bringing the cigarettes through to get myself back home. Now I've got no money off cigarettes and no money to get myself home.
As they attempt to make the long journey up north, the two lads can rue the fact that their 40,000 cigarettes, with a street value of over £10,000, were intercepted.
Rather unlucky. In fact, my chap was particularly unlucky. He's only travelled abroad twice. 2 trips abroad and twice he's been caught. He said he's not going to travel abroad again. I don't blame him.